all right, Mr. Jacob, Mr. Man Falcon. How you guys doing? How's your day coming along? So let's see here. I already started the. Oh no! Yeah, okay. Ooh. For a second there, I thought I was looking at the Rogeritas, but yeah, we already got this 6-star feature going. We got the 5-star or the 6-star basic underway. Actually, I'll get to 1.5 or 2 million for the basic, and then we're going to go with the summoner trials. That is, for the most part, where I spend most of my time for this craziness. Your freezing got a very good frost this morning. Oh. Okay, so you're getting the opposite of Canada. Well, I guess it's not, well, Western Canada. Although it looks like it's going east, too, with the heat wave that we're having. It is getting pretty hot over here. So what are you up to, Mr. Man Pocket? What you got going today? Yeah, I guess that's all too. That is what we shall do. Man, this summoner event thing. Oh dear. I don't even know if Kabam understands how it's supposed to work. Because now they have it so that with 1 gold, you can buy 7 grace days. I don't know what that means for the people who spent the money to buy the 7 grace days. Well, no. Apparently those people are getting 14. But unless you're going to get 7 extra days of early rewards, or 7 extra days of rewards, I think the people that already ponied up and bought the thing, I think they're kind of getting screwed over. I saw the dead sea life on the news last night. Yeah, the clams and the oysters. Yeah, man, we are not ready for the heat. Like both individuals and infrastructure, we are not ready. And infrastructure-wise, I don't like. We're kind of screwed there, to be honest. I don't think it was Canada, but I think there was somewhere, might have been Washington State, where I heard. So a couple weeks ago, when Western Canada was stupid hot, Washington State was going through some of the same thing. And I think it was Washington State, where they were saying, like, in some areas, the power lines were not melting, but like they were under stress from the heat, and they were starting to sag. So, like, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, like your infrastructure. Now, most newer places that are being developed, I think power lines are underground, but I mean, that's only in the last like 10 years or so, right? Where that's been a thing. So, Monsieur Osman, how goes it? I'm doing okay. Knocking out the arenas as per usual. So something neat on Xander's stream. There's like a Grandmaster duel on the leaderboards, either on the beta. Oh, okay, cool. Coolio. Yeah, I haven't even looked at the beta. No, I might look at that on Sunday. So, I don't know when this change happened, but there's a change that's got to be relatively recent. At least since the... Yes, Cabby, I do remember you. How you doing? At least since the middle to end of June. So it used to be if you got the 4-star featured champion when we had the 4-star featured arena, and then also initially when we have the new arena set up, you would get the 4-star feature from milestones. And by claiming that reward or that milestone, you would get the same benefit as you would from the 4-star feature arena. So you'd get the new champion, you'd get SIG levels, ISO, and shards. That's no longer the case. I think now you only get SIG levels, which I guess depending on, for the most part, I think anybody who is participating in the 6-star feature arena, most of their 4 stars are going to be max SIG. So the 20 SIG levels is irrelevant. So what you'd be looking for is ISO and shards. But apparently that is no longer the case. And as far as I know, there was never an announcement about that. It was just a change that was made and no notification about it whatsoever. I uploaded a video a little while ago. I claimed the Black Widow Deadly Origin. And then I showed like that my ISO, my skill ISO, did not increase at all. There were a few posts on the forums about it, but they never actually responded to them. I got 6-star tagger from side event Cavs. Ooh, nice. You're on 524. Very good. Yeah, I saw your video on that. Sucks not getting ISO, etc. So, Mr. Kim, how you doing? So, for me specifically, I don't care about the ISO from the arena. Here, I'll show you why quickly. It's nice. The one thing I do like about the ISO from arena when we were getting it was the okay. So I've got 461 currently, and that's actually like really low. But here's why I don't care about getting ISO from arena one way or the other. If I need ISO, I'll go and open some PHC crystals or some 5-star, whatever. I'll open crystals to get ISO. I don't care. I just don't like the fact that they're making a change like that where there are people who do depend on that for ISO. Kabam's making a change like that and there's no notification about it. It's just done. I don't like that at all. I got my first 6-star and it's Doctor Strange. Should I be happy? For Doctor Strange to really get the benefit of why you would want him, he needs to be awakened. But, I mean, part of the hard thing of getting a champion is just getting him the first time. So step 1 is done. But yeah, if you could get him awakened and relatively high SIG, he's not bad. He'll remove buffs from the opponent. The higher his SIG, the more likely he is to do so. But yeah, I really don't like that. And it's weird too how there are people asking about it, and there's no response from Kabam. There was one person's thread where they posted a response from Kabam support, and Kabam support basically just said that you don't get the ISO. There was one Kabam response saying that you should open a support ticket. So it's like the people on the forums aren't aware of what's actually happening with the game. DJ, how you doing? What is going down? How's your day coming along? So I don't know if that change or if it's intended or whatever it is. I don't know if that is... I'm guessing it's probably only the 4-star and the 3-star. I assume that the 5-star or 6-star, when you receive either of those, it's a full, as though you duped it from a crystal. But I don't know, because I haven't... No, I did get one featured 5-star by mistake. And then the other 2 features I've gotten out of the arena were both brand new, so I wouldn't have known if the dupe worked or not. I'm alright, relaxing after a long week. Very good. Isn't this the beginning of the week? You know, it's kind of funny. I'm pretty sure that this summer event thing with the 7-day grace with 1 gold, I'm pretty sure something's going to screw up with that on Wednesday. Today it was raining so heavily, I would genuinely place a bet on that being the most rain I've ever experienced. Oh. And you get a fair bit of rain over there to begin with, so okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that many people would do the featured arena. Well, I don't know. I mean, 7.5 million if you've got a few 6-stars is not a unreasonable amount of points to put up if you needed specific ISO. So I mean, there could be people doing that and not getting the benefit what they're expecting, which would suck. But I think that would really suck when we get the buffed champ arenas, because in that case you'll pick the one that will give you the ISO for as the 4 stars. Nilo, how you doing? What are you up to? Last week was on busy end. Okay. Uh-oh, your house flooded. That's not good. That is not good. So yeah, we're gonna get to 2 million here, and then we're gonna switch over to the Summoner Trials. And probably, well, we'll get at least, probably aim for about 1.5 million on stream. But the Summoner Trials, ooh, what do I want? Let's do that. We don't want that. Maybe that would be the best way to go. Sure. For the most part, for the Summoner Trials, I usually just try to do it in chunks of 500,000 points. Do 500,000, take a break, come back, do 500,000. I find it much more manageable than trying to knock out 1 million points at once, or 1.5 million, or whatever. I'm a little bit surprised. Maybe we'll see something tomorrow. But I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen any notification about the next session of AQ, because I'm expecting that to be canceled. This is probably a bad idea. With the issues currently in the game, I don't see why they would start the next session of AQ. Unless they're... Well, I mean, they already postponed the Summoner Showdown by a week. I guess they probably wanted to get some kind of notice about that, like, prior to just the day before it starts. Just some rain got through the conservatory because of the dog and glass roof. Okay. Is it still raining or has it stopped? And is it just rain or like a thunderstorm? We had a pretty bad thunderstorm here a couple nights ago. Well, pretty bad as far as the intensity. I don't know if it caused any damage or anything. I know 2 years ago, I think we had, well, it was hail and thunder. It was just a crazy storm. And yeah, it caused a ton of damage a couple years ago. Rain stopped for the most part. It was okay. Okay. Thunder and lightning. Yeah, I prefer bad weather over like hot sunny days. I don't know why. Maybe because I've never been in a place where you have a lot of bad weather. Although when I used to live in northern Canada, we'd get blizzards. But that was only, well, not really year round. What do I want to do? No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, whatever. The flash of light actually scared the heck out of me. There's a couple, so it wasn't the thunder and lightning, but there was like this last storm we had, there was hail, and you could just hear it coming down on the roof and like hitting the windows and stuff. And I was like, holy crap! That kind of not scared me, but worried me kind of. I wasn't too sure if the windows were gonna hold. Yes, no bad weather, only blizzards. Yeah, I think for the blizzards because I'd gotten used to it. So, um, actually, we had the longest blizzard in Canadian history in 2012, something like that. It was basically 7 days. It wasn't bad for 7 days, but the actual like classification of a blizzard was 7 days. We had 2 days where kidding me. We had 2 days where it was really bad. There were no airplanes in or out. All business and stuff was closed. Then we had like 2 days of this is not going to be pretty. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to pay attention here. Then we had 2 days of relatively decent weather. And I think we had some planes in during that time. And then we went back to like 3 days of just crap and no planes and blah, blah, blah. We got lucky though. Because after the blizzard cleared, and you could have planes in and out. And so this is a place in Canada where the only way in and out was by airplane. There were no roads to connect to the rest of Canada. But 3 days later, after the blizzard was done, the power generators failed. And so we went for 3 days, I think, on rotating power. And they had to airlift a generator replacement. But if that had happened during the blizzard, we would have been screwed. Canada, but it can't be. It's real. I'm now picturing solar out at the blizzard lobbies on these. I used to look at it like from the balcony, not necessarily. Well, I mean, sometimes I would just like be waking up and go. Well, I wouldn't be on the balcony, but like open the door and look out. That is why I don't play Overwatch. Too many blizzards. So what are you guys all up to? Knocking out some arenas, trying to do some side questing, trying to figure out the summer event. I don't know why that thing is so confusing, man. It shouldn't be. It should be pretty straightforward, but I don't know. And I know I'm not the only one that's having a hard time. Well, I basically just figured I wouldn't be purchasing the thing until the end of it, if at all. So, but now with that free grace period, I guess it'll just come down to at the end if I feel that whatever rewards are still there. If I could see like forming a 6-star crystal or T5CC or something like that with the extra rewards, then I might do it. But outside of that, I don't think so. I'm really glad I didn't get it up front though. Let me see here. Summoner event isn't too confusing. Well, it's confusing enough that there were like several threads of people asking about how it worked, several videos. So I think it had to be somewhat confusing if it had to be explained so many times. I guess for me, the only thing I wasn't sure of was could you wait until the end to purchase it and still get the benefit, which you can. So, and that's really all I cared about. Done some arena, did some EQ, now waiting for energy and champs to cool down. Too cold to do the side quest subs, don't want to move like they should. Let's see, yeah, let's do that. So, have any of you guys gone into the beta? Into the 7.3 beta? I'm sure we'll see some more probably streams more than anything of that while the beta is live. Yeah, I don't know if I'll actually. I might go away just to take a look, and then I'll also, of course, to open crystals, because that's usually the most use I make out of those is go and open whatever crystals I have. But yeah, I don't think I'll actually go and try any fights or anything. I know there's a bunch of other people that will, but I'll see it when it goes live in October. Oh, I guess if you're planning a Legends run or thinking to do that, it would be a really good idea to get in there, so you know what to expect. Only beta males get access to the beta server, and I am no beta. Okay, so you're an alpha, because you're on the alpha server, right? But then we're all alphas then. I didn't get an invite to the beta. Works for me. I'm prepping for 6.4 initial clear, lots of potion farming. Very good. You rank 5 to your Apocalypse today. Nice. Congratulations. Congratulations. Have you used him much? He's a lot of fun. He's fun, and he's really good. Like, really, really good. I wanted him so bad for the Horseman synergy, but after playing with them, I still activate it, but I'm just fine just to play him. I think I'm gonna try, like, I've tried it a little bit with Omega Red, the 6-star Unawakened, so I don't really think I'm gonna get to see the true potential there. Oh, there we go, first crash. But whenever I do Awaken Omega Red, I think I want to use him as a horseman a fair bit. Use them for the villain variant and some ROL farming. Also variant 2 a bit. Okay. Do you have them duped? Because if you run suicides and you use him for the horseman synergy, that's not bad at all. Because you use him for the first fight, you'll take the bleed damage until he becomes immune to it, and then you don't use him for at least 2 fights, and you come back and you heal up the damage you took initially. It's pretty good. And if you run Professor X with him, if you have Professor X, although that is a bit convoluted because you have to run Professor X and another champion, but you get poison resistance, so you end up taking less damage from poison, and it works out that with willpower you'll actually be healing. It's weird. Every now and then it goes in phases where you get those spam phone calls or texts, like where there was I think the very first one I ever got, and I wasn't aware of it, so at first I was a little bit worried, but it's like that there's an arrest warrant out for me, and I was like, oh, what? And then I stopped and I thought about it, I'm like, wait, I don't leave my house. I don't do anything. It's not possible for there to be an arrest warrant. And then there was one time where I answered, and I don't remember what it was they were pretending, but they asked me my name. And I'm like, wait, you called me. Don't you know my name? Excuse me, did you just use the S word? What's the S word? Scam? Who do I want to go with here? Yeah, I'll do that. I think that's going to be the easiest one. Yeah, duped naturally. Nice. Yeah, like actual in fight use, it's not much. But if you do run suicide and he is somebody that you use often, it could be useful. And actually, I have the video because I got him from well, actually, I got him initially from a Nexus, and I duped him from a Nexus. But the suicides. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. There's this thing where people don't want to say it on stream or something. To each their own. But I think my understanding is that they don't want to say it because they think they're going to get demonetized, something like that. When I type it, I usually type sides. But if I'm talking about it, I'll say suicides. Ooh, that was close. I'm going to have to leave at this point, so I'm shaking my head. Why are you offended by that word? Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think... I mean, I don't know, because I don't really pay attention, but I don't think people are trying to use something else to be less offensive. I think it's to do with monetization, which I don't agree with. Well, I'm not monetizing. For use of that word, I don't think I would... unless it was actually offending somebody in chat, then I wouldn't say it. But if it's because of monetization, then... It just doesn't make sense to me to use such a serious word for a video game. So, but that wasn't an issue from the get-go, right? Like, I think as long, at least as far as I know, as long as those masteries were available, that's how they've been referred to, right? Yeah, I could definitely understand somebody being sensitive about it. Like if you've had a family member or a friend or something like that that's tried or gone through with something like that, I could see it being a sensitive subject. I have no problem with it. And 30 years of my life was in Canada, the area where it has the highest suicide rate. And actually, if it was its own country, it'd be the highest suicide rate in the world. So for me, I think probably about 25% of the males I knew growing up committed suicide. My best friend did. The word itself doesn't offend me at all, but like the repercussions of it, absolutely. But yeah, I could see how that would bother some people if they've been through that kind of trauma. Not about monetization for me. Yeah, not for me either. And I guess there wouldn't necessarily be like a list of words that are allowed or not for streaming. Yeah, I don't know why, like, because different people are calling them different things. Like, I think Susu, Ouchie, Damaged Back. I don't know why I just don't go to, like, if somebody really doesn't, whether it be to be, not to be offensive or want to just say sides, really. Or actually, you know what would make the most sense? Just call them the recoil masteries. Because it's recoil that is the main one. And to access either of the other two, you have to have recoil. Uh-oh, that's not good. There we go. So I intended only to go to 2 million, but close enough, so I'm going to go to 2.5 and then start the summoner trials. Okay. I was a little bit surprised that, like, I did not think that Deadly Origin or Jubilee were going to go anywhere close to what they went for in the, for the 6 stars anyways. The 5 stars I was much closer, but the 6 stars I was way off. I think for Deadly Origin I was like 20 million off, 24 million, and Jubilee like 12 or something. For the 5 stars, I was closer. But yeah, the 6 stars, nowhere near what they ended up going for. I think this is the most I've done in my first go at the 6-star basic in a while. Normally I've just been going to 1 million and then doing more in the evening. The majority of the time now has been in the summer trials. Supersonic, how you doing? How's your day coming along? So I was looking up Trinidad the other day on a map. I didn't realize it was like just north of Brazil. Wait, what was it? Brazil? Yeah, just a little bit north of Brazil. I thought it was closer to like the Dominican Republic or Cuba. So then, would you guys consider yourselves part of South America or part of the Caribbean? So I think the Caribbean is considered North America for the most part. Let's do that. You didn't go for anybody this last arena, did you, Supersonic? Like, you didn't go for Jubilee as a 5-star, did you? Or Colossus was about it. All good playing with Voodoo at a bit at R5 last week. It's ridiculous how underrated he is. Yeah, but I think that's the thing is that there's so many champions that are actually quite good, but we all get excited about the brand new champion, right? And in a lot of cases, the newer champions, they do what some of the older champions do, and then a bit more. And so then you kind of forget about the older ones. Mr. Relentless, how you doing? How's your day coming along? Have you checked out the 7.3 beta at all? I so want a 5-star Voodoo, been hoping for him for ages. He was the first champion that I ever really wanted. And he was the first one, him and Ghost Rider were the first ones that I went for in arenas. So that was the 4-star arena at the time. 4-star featured. Trinidad is in the Caribbean, not any of the Americas. Okay. So for you guys, then I would assume that, like Brazil or wait, what was it? It was or somewhere else in South America would be your biggest trading destination, kind of, right? Doing good. Was looking at Tackling the Abyss this week, but I'll check out the beta later tonight as well. Okay. And that was to start, right? Like you haven't done the first path, right? Let me just see here. Damn it! I'm just trying. Oh crap! I'm not going to see it from there. Okay. Let me see one other thing. Ooh, did any of you watch the Euros? And were you upset at the outcome? Or were you okay with it? Ah, yeah, Venezuela. So you're just a little bit north of Venezuela. Okay. He isn't exactly a noodle either, surprisingly. I took down RL Cap Marvel in 200 hits without using his LOA's poison. Yeah, because I mean, at the beginning of the fight, he's going to heal up, right? Which is pretty nice. I was thinking the easy path, taking Aegon, Doom, Torch, Heimdall, and Nick Fury. Okay. Yeah, I think that Aegon, Doom, Torch, Heimdall. Yeah, I think that was pretty standard team for the first little while. I think it's only... Yeah, I think probably the first 6 months, that was kind of like the go-to. The only one that might have really changed there would have been Heimdall. I used Heimdall my first path, and it was the only path I used him for. I didn't find that... So the biggest reason why you take Heimdall is for the collector fight, because... I mean, he'll give you a few extra hits if you get knocked out, or would be knocked out. But what I ended up finding was that for the most part, when I would be knocked out, Heimdall would save me, but I was stunned. So I couldn't do anything with the extra time anyways. So what I ended up doing, I think maybe all the other 4 paths, other than one possibly, I ended up taking Proxima. And most people would say, well, you don't need Proxima for the combo shield, which is true, but it's good. So you're doing the first pass, so you're going to take Thing. So having her for the Thing fight is really good, because if any fight you're likely to just get clipped, and like even if it's not you screwing up, but just get clipped, it's probably going to be that fight. So with Proxima, she'll give you a couple seconds to either decide you want to keep going, or just quit out and save your combo on that fight. But it's not so much the combo... Oh, Lord, I didn't pay attention to that, did I? Ooh, that's good. It's not so much the combo shield that I thought was her biggest benefit. It's the synergy for the Furies. So that later on, when you've always got Furies on you, she's increasing the potency of those. And that's why I found her to be really useful. Because neither Proxima or Heimdall would you really use to fight at all. Although, if you did, I think you would do better with Proxima over Heimdall if you ever needed to just finish off a fight with one of them. But if you're on my Discord, I have a channel there dedicated to... One is to my run of Abyss and what each path cost me. And then another channel is a bunch of videos from... just a bunch of different YouTubers with their counter for each fight and how they did each fight. Most trading with Trinidad is rarely done in South America. To my knowledge, trading mostly occurs within CARICOM. Any imports from America? Okay. Fun fact, although it's called Trinidad and Tobago, technically it's easier to swim or boat from Venezuela to Trinidad. Oh, okay. I think I wouldn't mind visiting, which is like for the most part I don't really care for like hot or tropical places, but Trinidad is a place I wouldn't mind checking out. Mr. Joe, how you doing? How's your day coming along? What's new and exciting? I'm going to check it. I'm going to check out your Discord. I'm on there. You have the best data. I say that every time. Yeah, so it's just under MCOC, under the category MCOC, and then there is, let's see what they're called, MCOC AOL unit info, and then AOL boss vids. Actually, the boss vids one I should update, because that's probably 6 months. And I know that there's been... Actually, you know, I haven't seen any videos of anybody with Strife in there. Living the dream? Very good. Ooh, are you still on vacation? Or has that come to an end? God. It's a humbling places relative to America, but I would never recommend Trinidad. Really? Okay. But it, like safety-wise, or like things to see and do, or one more week? Very good. Very good. So, well, I don't like the heat too much to begin with, but like as far as tropical, even where my parents live, it's not that tropical. But if I were going to go to like that kind of destination, I'd go to my parents because, well, they're going to stay and eat for free for the most part. So, and then I've been to Jamaica, and I quite like Jamaica actually. And I don't. Trinidad is somewhere like I've known of it, but I don't really know anything about it. But I think it would be interesting to see. So what craziness are you going to get up to for that last week, Joe? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Another hot place that I'd make an exception for would be Hawaii, probably. But that might be like really touristic. Well, not might be, it would be, but. Not sure, probably nothing. That's probably the best thing to do with time off. Yeah. Safety-wise, 100%. If you don't have a guide to direct you to a safer zone within the county, it's not that hard for a foreigner to get murdered or robbed. I know it's my country, but it's really okay. Huh. Although, yeah, I knew that it kind of had a bad reputation a long time ago. I didn't realize that was still the case. Same thing, not necessarily Jamaica in general, but Kingston. So I was in Kingston for 3 days, I think, with my dad. He was there for a medical thing. And so we had like a driver who would take us where we need to go, and then like for his medical appointments and whatever. And basically the driver told us just... Initially, I kind of thought he was saying this just so that we would only be with him, kind of. But he basically told us, like, don't go out unless he was driving us. And I know that Kingston has had issues. And at the time, I thought, like, it was a lot safer. I think it was compared to, 20 years ago. But I think it was probably still... Yeah, same thing. If you're a foreigner or a tourist, you could, if you're in the wrong area, you'd find out pretty quick. But for what I did see of it, I did like what I saw. Um, my favorite thing, though, was driving from Kingston to Montego Bay. I really liked that. It was a really scenic drive and quite peaceful. Nice Discord. I see you have the bosses and all the YouTube bits to do. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, like when I was first setting up the Discord, actually I think it was for the Abyss stuff. That was the main reason. And then well, that is the bulk of what I've got there, really. I do have a couple other channels, like depending on the roles you pick. If you pick like the watch party role, if I'm watching, I haven't done it for a long time, but when I was watching Mandalorian, like I'd stream that. I was gonna do Loki too, but I don't know. I just haven't. For the most part, if I'm gonna watch something, I just want to not be in front of my computer. And then there's the YouTube or Twitch channel. Ooh. Okay. If you want to see if anybody's posting stuff on YouTube, or if you have videos of your streams of your own that you want to post, you can put them there. If you do want a Caribbean experience, I recommend Barbados, but if you're set on Trinidad and Tobago, then I recommend Tobago. You'll sacrifice landmarks and cultural aspects. However, it's safer and a good experience. Okay. You guys get cruise ships? I don't think, like, I want to go on a cruise at some point just to experience it firsthand. But I think if I were going to do a cruise, I want to do an Alaskan cruise. Because, yeah, like, I think an Alaskan cruise, like, scenery-wise, just seeing, like, icebergs and the mountains just from the ship would be fine for me. Like, I don't really like the idea of a cruise where, yeah, you get off and you get to, look around, but it's going to be relatively close to the port. And, it's not very much time. Should I bring Void instead of Torch or Heimdall? No, I think Torch is fine. And I think most people you ask would recommend Heimdall. So when I did it my first time, I didn't change any of my masteries. Like I took sides off and left them off until... No, I might have had them off the entire time. But one thing that I didn't do, I didn't have Limber maxed out. And that is something you definitely want to do. If any mastery you change, you want to have Limber maxed out. So now I never tried Heimdall after that first path, so I don't know how it would work for me if I had Limber maxed out. Like, maybe if I did, when I got stunned, I would have been able to recover fast enough. But so who are the other... So at the time, like when it was first came out, the three... No, I think it was mainly between Heimdall or Quake were the two that most people would bring in. I don't think I saw anyone taking Proxima. Yeah, I think it was Heimdall and Quake. And Quake was just for the 3 evade charges you would get. If I were to redo Path 1, I would take in basically the team that you have. I don't have Torch, so I would take Void, and I would take Proxima over Heimdall. If I had Torch, I would take Torch. The only other significant change that people would make were, and it's different now because there's different options, but initially, the other big change people might make would be Symbiote Supreme rather than Doom. And the biggest reason for that is just the Venom the Duck fight. Symbiote Supreme makes the Venom the Duck fight so much better than Doom. Doom can do it. It's just a long fight. He can't one-shot a three-star, an R3 Doom might be able to one-shot it, and it would probably be a lot better than a maxed out 5-star. But a R5 Symbiote Supreme, absolutely one-shot is not a problem. It took me one revive, and it wasn't because of the fight. It just I screwed up. When I did it with the R5 Doom, there was no way I was going to one-shot or even one revive. But in one of those channels, it had the breakdown of what each fight cost me, like both revives, units, pots. Despite being from where I am, I love super cold weather. Oh, okay then. Visited Canada once during December and was walking about without a coat or anything extra. It was awesome. Where in Canada did you go? Because if you went to Vancouver, yeah, it's okay. Toronto can have, well, for Toronto, like the whole winter wouldn't necessarily be bad, but they would have cold spells for sure. But I think the prairies would probably be the worst. The East Coast wouldn't be too bad because you're going to have the ocean moderating a bit. I'll take off Suicide and add Mystic Dispersion and Max Limber. Yeah. Yeah, you'd want them off for the whole run. Possibly put them back on for the Collector. Ontario, I can't spell it. Sorry, Canadians in chat. It's all good. And you spelled it just fine. And you don't need to worry about offending Canadians, because if you offend us, we'll apologize to you. How many hours did the first path take you? 6. I think every path was between 6 and 8. But I did them all over 2 days, like 3 hours day 1, 3 hours day 2 kind of thing, or 2 and 4, whatever it is. But I didn't do any path in one sitting. First path is actually not very long. It could definitely be done in like 5-6 hours. I think it either took me between 6 and 8 because it was new as well, getting used to it and stuff. I have max 5-star egg answers. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and the one thing which I'm pretty sure everybody is in the same boat. You know, like you're kind of anxious before you get going, but once you're probably like, well, once you're 25% into the thing, you realize it's not this big thing that it's been made out to be. It's long fights more than anything. And the first path, I think, for the first path, in a technical sense, the only difficult fight is Cyclops. But once you can consistently keep in mind that you've got to change between the blocking and the dexing, you'll be fine. And even if you can't, you could just brute force it with Aegon. But yeah, Void and Torch would be interchangeable. The only difference between those two for the first path would be the Mephisto fight, really. You can easily one-shot Mephisto with Torch's pre-fight. If you don't get him down in one shot, it makes him a little bit more difficult if you don't have your pre-fight, but you could still do it. I think, well, I can't really say because I never used Torch for any of it, but I think that Mordo would be easier with Void because by the third time, I think, when I faced Mordo, I found it a lot easier than the first one. And Mordo's the only fight that you do on every path, and so you get lots of practice on that. My best friend, I used Stealthy, Doom, Void, Chorus, and someone else I can't remember. So you used Stealthy because you didn't have Aegon, right, Supersonic? I saw that Mephisto fight with Void. You let the debuffs do the work and only hit to... Yeah. My problem is I'm just not patient enough. I think... Yeah, I think the least was maybe 2 revives. And if I had gone slower, I could have probably soloed it. I don't think I soloed any of the fights, actually. Even the ones I should have. I didn't solo Captain Marvel. That took 1 revive. Oh, no. Maybe Medusa and Hyperion. I'm not sure. Those might have been solo. Kabam is very selfish with their Aegon drops. Have you gotten him yet, or you still don't have him? You know, it's funny. I was thinking about this the other day. So, all of the 6 stars that I have, at R3 that I want duped, I've never... Like, I've pulled them only once. Corvus was through a gem. Aegon was through a gem. So both of them I've only pulled once. Ghost is not awakened. Nick Fury is not awakened. Nick Fury I've had for a little bit more than a year. Ghost since December. I did do Apocalypse from Nexus. Who else? Warlock is pretty new, so that's okay. Gilly 2099, I got her last fall, and it was only 1 time. I don't have any plans to do any more of the Abyss, so right now I'm trying to awaken my 6-star Fury or pull max 5-star and max 5-star Fury. Okay. Yeah, I think the rewards for the Abyss have already become a little outdated, actually. I think outside of the generic Awakening Gem and the Abyss Nexus, I think for the effort and time, the other resources in there we can get a lot easier. That Abyss Nexus is pretty nice, though. Like being able to pick one of 10 champions. So long as you pick a class where you've got a few champions you want. Like, I think if all you want is Doom and you go for Mystic, I think you're setting yourself up for disappointment. You could absolutely get Doom, but the likelihood of getting that one champion is pretty low. Which, speaking of which, I don't know what I'm going to do for the class Nexus from the Summer of Pain. I mean, I realize it's still like close to 60 days before we even get it, but I'm going to at least get the class Nexus. And I have no idea what class I'm going to go for. But, I mean, yeah, so we still got 2 months, so things could definitely change. Okay, I will be right back. And back I am. I am back. I actually like Aegon a lot because I mostly run suicides, and Fury is very important. If you run suicides for certain content, Nick would be far valuable. Yeah, but if you're running Nick and DPX, just because of suicides, you don't really use Nick to fight that often. You can, but it's usually just to shrug the bleed and heal up for whoever your main champion is. Most of my 7-1 exploration was actually suicides with Fury, Deadpool, Synergy, with my R3 6-star. Okay. Aegon went through the gauntlet when I went through Butter. I sold a few fights with him. Spider-Gwen and Black Panther Civil War. I hope you get him. Yeah. You know, and I think he's somebody who, at least currently, I think you're better off getting him as a 5-star than a 6. Just because it'll be a lot easier to awaken him as a 5-star. And then also a lot easier to sig him up. And he doesn't need max sig. Not for Abyss anyways. You want him at a higher sig with smaller health pools. Because when you're doing something like Abyss, and I suppose LOL would be applicable too, because that's, yeah. The difference between like low and high sig might just be one fight, really. But where if you're fighting champions with small health pools, then you really want to keep any combo that you're able to get. You know, I thought about doing the gauntlet with... Actually, no. It's a good thing I didn't do the gauntlet with Aegon. I think... Where would I have even ramped them up? I would have probably ramped them up either on Weapon X or Thing. But if I had taken Aegon, I don't think I would have used... no, that was a bad idea. I don't think I would have used Apocalypse. And it was because of Gauntlet that I gained the appreciation for Apocalypse that I have. So I've used them for ROL farming. And that would never have been enough to really see just how useful he is. But yeah, seeing everything that he did for the Gauntlet, holy smokes. Oh yeah, that was bad. This I might actually lose this. Okay. Yeah, that was really bad. Okay, well, this is not going to kill him, but gotta do something here, right? Mm, 2%. Wait, what do I... Oh, crap. Yeah, I have that. DY, how you doing? What are the top 3 hardest fights on the easy path? Your advice, I have despair at 1 out of 3. This channel, if you don't have despair and you can't slow play with Void, I don't recommend using Void. Also, if you're using Torch, ensure to learn how to parry Cyclops SP1. I'm leaning toward Torch. I think if I had the option when I did it, I would have gone with Torch. But also, I wouldn't have known any different. Jesper, how you doing? Yeah, it's been a while. It has been a while. The 3 hardest fights. So, Thing isn't necessarily hard, but because it's the first fight, you don't have Aegon built up. So building Aegon up there can be frustrating. Then Symbiote Supreme, again, not a hard fight, just long and annoying. And then Cyclops. And the Cyclops one is just because you've got to keep in mind like what phase you're in, whether or not you need to be dexing or parrying. So outside of that, it's not hard, but trying to remember that each time could be difficult. Iron Man Infinity War can be difficult if you get him to 15%. and if you're not unblockable with Aegon, that's gonna suck. And basically, if you're not unblockable by that point, that sucks. But if you are unblockable, it makes it a lot easier. But yeah, I mean, the easy path is considered the easy path because there's nothing too bad. Any tips for 6.3? 6.3. I don't really remember very much of any of that stuff, actually. And Cap IW is the final boss in that, right? And unfortunately, when that first went live, you could use Ronin to cheese it, but that is no longer applicable. I think Mysterio is one of the worst bosses for me for that one. Yeah, I don't remember any of that in particular. If you asked about a specific question there, I could take a look, but to remember that overall, no. I become uncollected and reached rank 5 on my Doom. Congratulations. Very good. R5 Doom is definitely a good champ to have in your back pocket. Okay, let's see. I'm on 631. So are you having a problem with it, or? Or like a specific fight, or who to use? Yeah, so I don't remember anything in there in particular, but if you want, you can join my Discord, and there is a channel there with info for Act 6, and then specific info for 7.1 and 7.2 as well. You might find that useful. Let me go take a quick look at 631 though. Might just need to jog my memory, because when you get to my age, you forget things pretty quick. You know, I think I said it earlier in the stream, I'm kind of surprised that there's been no announcement in regards to AQ, the next session of AQ. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to postpone it. And maybe they're waiting until the rewards go out. I want to know that I have Nick Fury, so can defeat the... Okay, that's the one with Medusa. Okay. To be honest, the Abyss has lost a ton of value, especially when we have events like Summer of Pain that can guarantee you being Thronebreaker because of selectors, and Nexus also Act 7 rewards are... Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I think the value of those rewards have definitely decreased. Which is funny, because I think the LOL rewards stayed relevant a lot longer than the Abyss rewards. But like I said, outside of the Abyss Nexus and the generic 6-star Awakening gem, everything else in there is pretty obtainable. It is a pretty big chunk of Sig Stones, though. 641, Delirium, I believe, so you need a champ that can counter reverse controls. Except he said 631, right? The Delirium one, that's all with villains, right? So if it is, I think either villains or mystics. I think I ended up using Blade for that. So 6-3, yeah, okay, that's the Medusa one. Yeah, I think if you've got Nick, you're going to be pretty set for that. Is this the Delirium one here? No. Yeah, this one I used Blade, though, because it's all villains. This Black Bolt I found kind of annoying though, but I ended up using Symbiote Supreme, and that worked out pretty well. Ooh, actually, I used Symbiote Supreme for Medusa. I don't think I had Nick at the time. But yeah, Nick should do fine for Medusa. As far as a path to start on... Ooh, I did not like this path. Oh wait, is that changed? No, that's still the same. Yeah, I didn't like this path. I think... I don't remember what path I started with. Well, if you've got Blade... Do you have... Yeah, so if you've got Blade and... Ghost Rider... This path here with with the Mystics... The Mixmaster path, it might be a way to go. Oh no, wait. Oh, is it a different node for each one? No, Footloose and no Retreat. You haven't unlocked Deep Wounds. You have a rank 2 Magneto. Yeah, what you could... Let me just take a look and see... Oh, okay, so there's just 2 infographics that I have in the channel for 6... Oh, is it only... Okay, yeah, so that's just dealing with all the easy paths. So yeah, if you want, you can join the Discord and take a look at the Act 6 info. At least for the easy path, that should help. But let me see. So 631. Which one was it suggesting here? Okay, so it's suggesting this path here with Invisible Woman as the first fight as being the easy one. Yeah, Magneto wouldn't be bad on this one at all because you got a lot of metal champions. You got Ghost Metal, Green Goblin, Yellow Jacket. Wait, is it all but 2 are metal? So, yeah, if you have Magneto, that might be the path to go down. Which... Biohazard. Yeah, that might be the way to go there. I agree. It feels like I can just skate over the abyss since it's lost its value a lot. I think in the entirety, yeah, but I think one path, for what you get for one path, I don't think you can find that anywhere else currently. You're getting an Awakening Gem and T5CC, T5B, T2A. Like that's just the Awakening. That is a random Awakening Gem, but still 2 6-stars. Plus, you're going to get one of these. A T5B, a T2A, Sig Stones. So definitely, yeah, you definitely want to get your first path done. But as far as exploring it is still pretty good. But I could definitely see not being in any rush for that because that is a lot more work. I think the sub boss is life transfer Black Bolt, so you need a life transfer counter. Life cycle. It's the one where you have to knock them down so the shield decreases in its length, and then when you get them, what is it, 10% or something? Wait, how does that go? Yeah, if the shield's active and you would kill them, they heal up to 10%. So I'm just going to use a bit of energy here. And let's go in. What have I been using mainly here? I think, yeah, that's what I've been using mainly. Okay. I would like that skill 10 class Nexus, and I would use the AG on Nick Fury by Fulham. You have a skill 6-star awakening gem? Or you mean the generic? If I used Nick Fury, I think I would have used the generic on him. But I only... maybe... Because he's always on the team. Like, he's on the team right now. But I think I'll take a look at the 7.3 beta and see if it looks like Ghost is still going to be a go-to or Archangel, then give some real consideration to using one of the awakening gems on them. You just use up a bit of energy and then get back to the arena. Craziness. To be honest, I don't recommend doing it. It's going to cost you thousands of units worth of resources, and the rewards are outdated. Save your units for more rewarding current content. If you're talking about exploration, yeah, but the initial path, the first path, no, I think, yeah, if you've got the time and units and yeah, definitely get the first path done. And currently, the only thing really, let me do this and then we'll take a look. But I think really the only thing that would, I need to relog, that would really come close would be the Summer of Pain, which you're not going to see those rewards for like another 2 months. I think that in future people will not do Abyss and Labyrinth because of the outdated rewards. Yeah, and that's already the case with LOL, right? Yeah, people definitely have the roster to do LOL, but they're just not doing it because the rewards don't justify the effort of the time. And I think for LOL, I think you get T2A. Wow, I haven't looked at that in a long time. Actually, let me just look. But it's the T4CC that you get a ton of there. Oh, this isn't going to let me look, is it? No. No. Okay. You get the T4CC, which is pretty easy to come by now. And I think you get T2A, but I'm not sure. Ah, crap. That's not what I wanted to do. Damn it. I guess it doesn't matter, but that's what I wanted to do. So playing Sun Chi, I'm going to have to get better at heavy countering opponents. And I'm going to have to get better at the spacing. That's something to really put thought into. I think I will just do my first path and think about it. I've been rocking it in the Summer of Pain, put out some videos on my small channel. Yeah. Yeah, well, and the good thing with the Summer of Pain, though, right, is you've got time to practice. So if anything, that's just time. I don't think it's going to be well, we still have 5 more fights to go, but I don't think it's going to be too... maybe by the last 2 fights, but up until then, I don't think it's going to be too resource intensive. Do you think Kabam will release 7-star champions? Yes. Yes, they will. I think they've already said that they will. It's just a matter of when. It's like Thanos. It's inevitable. So, Supersonic, you would suggest to somebody currently not to do the first path of Abyss? Or are you talking about like just not to bother with exploration? Okay, I think that should be enough energy used so we can get back to the arenas. Ooh. Maybe I'll max out level up as well. Let's see here. Yeah, so DY, the only thing, and I think it's not going to necessarily change 7 stars coming, but I think it might only be applicable to 7 stars, is their idea of the relic system. So yeah, I think when we see relics, I think it's only going to be applicable to 7 stars. Okay, and that's Relentless Grind's YouTube channel. Ooh, I like your banner. That's pretty cool. Did you do that yourself? Okay. You know, another thing for the Abyss could be you get the first path done whenever, and then for exploration, you wait for your first R4. Because even like a 5-star Aegon is still going to be just as applicable. So if your first R4 is somebody that's can put in some work in the Abyss, then at least they'd be relevant there, right? Now I wouldn't R4 Aegon just for that. Thank you. Yeah, I used the pre-app to do the back. Okay, cool. I need to update mine a little bit actually, because the way I did mine initially, the one side was the champions that I had. On the left side were the champions that were currently R3, and on the right hand side were champions that I wanted to be R3. And I think I think now what I need to do is the same thing, but champions who are awakened and champions who are not awakened. Because everybody that I want at R3 is at R3. But Ghost, Nick, and CGR are still sleeping, those lazy bastards. So once they're awakened, I appreciate you. We have a great community here. Yeah. Not necessarily a ton of people watching, but I do like the people that come and hang out. I think for the most part, I prefer it that way, actually. Well, at least as far as because I prefer, well, like the whole thing of the YouTubing for me is just to chat with people while I do arena. And if there was 20, 30 people, I think that would be a lot harder. 1, to keep up, and 2, to actually have a conversation with any one person. But I think that if Kabam will release the 7-star champs, then most players will stop playing the game because they have put so much efforts to the 6-star champs and awaken them. Yeah. I think it would be the same thing as what happened when they came out with 6-star champions, though. You did have people who left at that time, and I think you'll see people who will leave when 7 stars come out. But you will also be having newer people who, rather than where it is currently, where 6 stars are the pinnacle of the game, for those newer people, it will be 7 stars of the pinnacle. Okay? And you're going to have other people that have just been playing the game that will just, okay, well, it's just a new step. I think if anything is going to decrease the amount of people playing, it could possibly be the relic system or something like that, like instituting something completely new that could possibly change the function of the game in a sense. Because if you introduce 7 stars, oh, you son of a gun! If you introduce 7 stars, all it is another star level, right? So the game itself, mechanics and just what we do is still the same. But if you introduce relics, you might be changing the mechanics, and you might just be changing the way that we interact with the characters. But we'll see. I think, like for myself, if relics are like a gear system, it's just I would stick it out for a little bit just to see, but I don't like the idea of a gear system on a mobile game. If I want to play a game where gear is a big part of it, I would be playing World of Warcraft. Maybe it'll feel different on a mobile as opposed to being on a computer, but yeah, we'll see. The game might just jump the shark with relics. I hope they will be a good thing. Yeah. I don't think we were ready for 7 stars, and I'd rather get a Thronebreaker difficulty before 7 stars release, and that's a long time from now. Yeah. I agree, but then Kabam will also release something above Thronebreaker. I think we're going to see another title. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to see any difficulty or new EQ kind of stuff, but I think we'll see another title when 7.4 drops. I don't know if it would be on completion or exploration, and I don't think, oh, this would be really bad. I don't think that they would tie it to ranking a champion. I think they learned their lesson. They could have it at like having a certain amount of champions, which I guess if they had it at a certain amount, they could also make it a certain amount at whatever rank. I just don't see them doing that. No. I think that's the same number from before for the scan call. Because everybody that I would talk to, their name would show up. Okay. We always had a great community for the most part, but everywhere you go, there will be some toxicity. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, the only reason that there's nothing like that, like on my stream, is just there's not many people, right? If we had, like I said, 30, 50 people, you're going to have jackasses. Yeah, I mean, even with 5 people, we could still have a jackass. But it's easier to deal with. True that I just keep it as positive as possible, but sometimes a few hated and trolls slip through the crack. Yeah. Well, I think sometimes people are just bored and looking for something to entertain themselves with, so they feel like they'll go and troll somebody online, right? Because they know if they try to troll somebody in real life, they're gonna get smacked in the face. So it's safer to do it online. It's always one thing, even from when I used to play like, well, the only game I really played online was World of Warcraft. And for the most part, you didn't really, because I mean, usually you were doing things with your guild. So because you're all part of a group anyways trying to achieve certain goals. You're not going to be jackasses to each other, but sometimes in global chat or just hanging out at like around the trade areas, you'd find people that were jackasses. And I would always wonder, like, are they really like that in real life, or is it just because they're, you know, behind the monitor? Mm-hmm. Oh crap. I don't. Ugh, that's just muscle memory. You see a beam coming at you, you're gonna dash back. In his case, sometimes it's better just to stand there. Keyboard warriors, yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I'd just be too lazy. Hell, I'm even too lazy to go and like correspond with somebody in on a stream where it's, you know, to actually have a conversation with somebody. Like, I don't feel like typing. Let alone just to go and troll. Although, to be fair, there is one YouTuber that I used to troll. Oh, man. Anybody thought the Summoner Showdown thing was odd today? I fought a negative King Groot with 2.1 million health, and when I beat him, he vanished. Oh, that's just because the showdown was supposed to be postponed until next Monday. And then, well, hey, it's kabam. So, they probably forgot to prevent that from going live. So it went live, then they saw it, and then they removed it. When I first saw it, though, I kind of thought, oh, wait, maybe they changed their mind. Like, maybe they figured that they've got this parry thing under control and they could have it go live, but no, I think I would assume if they haven't resolved the parry issue, that it'll be postponed further than just next week, too. Actually, I should take a quick look on the forums, because I was really expecting to see some kind of announcement that the next session of AQ is going to be postponed. Because their reasoning why the last AQ happened was just because it had already started and it caused problems to stop it. So to me, that was suggesting that they would have stopped it, but it was just too far along. Really. I bet they bring it back soon. Hopefully Tuesday with the maintenance, they will fix the parry dex bug. Is there supposed to be maintenance tomorrow? Yeah, I don't see anything about AQ. And I don't know. Oh, here. I don't know why they would take their time to just say, "Hey guys, we're going to be putting AQ off for a week." And I don't think there's any announcement. Also, notice there wasn't any rewards attached. I hope they add something besides just the title. So I think what we saw today was just the competitive part. Oh, you know, I know, I don't know, because I didn't really look at it. I saw that it was there. I just expanded the menu, but I didn't actually look. But I think it's a little bit of a different format than last year, because last year we had like one fight that lasted a week and then a new fight, where it looks like this time all 3 fights will be available at the same time. I'm thinking since it's usually Tuesday, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, but normally we get a notice. So it might be next Tuesday, but I don't think it's tomorrow. For scheduled maintenance anyways. Also, Relentless and Supersonic, do you guys normally do incursions? So I think I need to do a full run of Sector 8, actually. Yeah, I do need to do a full run of Sector 8. And I guess we'll do that. I have been doing them with Skullforger, but I haven't seen him on for a while. I think we still have 2 more days. Ooh, actually, I don't know. I don't think I would do a full run of Sector 8 currently. Probably just go to Zone 5. Because that would be really frustrating if you get to the higher zones and Dex isn't working. Yeah, that would be annoying. Yes, I do my best. Room is made it to 16 died on the boss with resources, but room 12. Nice. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I think I went to room 12 once, maybe. And then when we had that thing where you could like go to room 20 for the 6 stones, I was going to try to get to room 15. And then when we were going to go, I think we'd made it to room 7 or 8. And then my partner happened to look and the achievement was no longer there. And I'm like, well, there's no point in going to room 15. I'm not doing that nonsense about not getting anything extra. Come on, man. Really? Yeah, night. Son of a gun. Trying to make my life harder. Terrible. No, you didn't. No. You have no idea how bad I wanted to throw that L1 there, but I'm pretty sure it would have killed him. So I would have just taken recoil damage. There was bronze, silver, and gold versions, so 3 different quest selections. So it's different for Sir. Okay. I can run a quick 5 with you and 8 if you like. I was thinking like it would be later today if I were going to do it today. Highest I've made is Sector 8, 12. Nice. Look at you overachievers. So what do you say, Solar? Ready for Relentless Grinds to carry you through Sector 8? Probably. Probably carrying me. Sure, I'm off in 2 hours. Just hit me. Dude, so you're work... Oh, right, because you work from home. Okay. That's acceptable, I guess. I was going to say, you're working and yet you're on the YouTubes, but... Well, it's still the same, even if you're working from home. Terrible, man. Terrible. Or we can go, what do you like, I'm easy? Nah, 2 hours is good. So that'll be about 7-ish my time. Yeah, I'll give you a bit of time after work, because there's no point in just finishing and just jumping into it. I had the same partner for pretty much ever since it was Incursions, and he was always on the ball. Like, I don't think I ever messaged him to run, but he would always message me. It was basically whenever his best champions were off cooldown. I think maybe 1 week we missed, and it was because he had changed jobs. But he's quit the game. So since then, yeah, I really don't like I liked it with just the same person all the time. It just made it so much smoother. I've not had to get on the phone with any students, so YouTube and admin is easy to match. Okay. So what you're saying is, I need to get a student advisor type job. Okay. I don't know about now. I think I'm too, not necessarily impatient, maybe kind of impatient, but also, I don't know. I think a lot of things people can figure out for themselves. So I don't think I'd be very good for something like that. I think if somebody, we're asking questions of how do I do this or when's the deadline, blah, blah, I just be like, Google it, which is probably not the approach to take for something like that. But I think when I was younger, I would have really liked something, like really enjoyed a job like that. Because I used to really like telling people what to do, so. Supersonic, do you normally run incursions? Or is it kind of sporadic for you as well? I've thought a couple times of doing, I don't think it's as popular as it was, but there was a while where a lot of streamers were doing it with people that were in their chat. And I was thinking of doing that at one point, but I don't know. If you have your bachelor's degree, I can hire you. Work from home starting 55K. Then you could work up to 80. Get some old timers here making 120. Yeah, but I'm in Canada, so. No, I think I guess actually probably now, but once no longer have to wear a mask, I want to find some kind of part-time job, like a gas station or convenience store, just to get out of the house and kind of have a routine. But you know what? I may actually look into something like that. The only thing is I don't think it would be as a part-time thing. I think they probably want somebody full-time, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know how good I would be for working from home. I get distracted way too easy. That's right, you'd have to be a U.S. citizen or a resident alien. Although, I don't know, I mean, maybe once... Well, no, because the alternative to working would be to travel. But traveling is going to be... not difficult, but... I'd be a little bit hesitant, at least for now. Artemis, how you doing? I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. What are you up to? Actually, there's a 7-Eleven just up the street from where I live. I think I've only been there twice, but maybe I should see if they've got something there. The only stipulation that I have for any job is I have to be able to do arena. No. I'm doing alright. Just finished the new EQ on Uncollected, so I'm chilling now. Very good. You explored it 100%, or you just got through the first run? Did I do completion? Yeah, I did completion of Cav. And whenever we get the next event quest, 22-hour event. Because I think I'm going back to what I used to do, is just only do that when we've got the event quest completion running, and then try to match up each quest with the class combat if it's running at the same time. I just got through the first one. I'm going to do the second one tonight. Okay. Cool. I didn't... No, I liked the concept of Hercules and Chavez. I liked. Actually fighting them the first time, I did not like. once I got them done, I'm like, ooh, that's cool, because that's different. You've got to like, you know, work on your spacing and stuff like that to get a heavy and whatnot. But doing it and figure that out, no, didn't like it. The skill quest with Sun Chi, though, oh my goodness, that was beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, did we already get the AQ rewards? I think that's what my mail may have been. Let me have a look. And I have a bit of a conundrum. I think I'm going to. So I need to use up some Mystic T4CC. I can't R3 Doom. I need one more T5B, but I don't think I want to R5 him, R3 him yet. Anyways, I think I would wait until he's duped, and probably until I see something where I absolutely need him. So I think I'm going to R2 Diablo. I used him for some of the Mystic quest for Cav, and I quite liked him. And I'm thinking he could be decent for the Magneto minis for map 7, at least the white Magneto for sure. So I could find use for him there. And there's nobody else that I really want to take to R2. The only other one that I would consider currently would be Professor X. But I don't see using him very much. So if I were going to use him a lot, I'd have to change up my masters. And then I'd have to be picking between using him or doing arena. And, well, most of my time is spent in arena, so I don't think that's going to change. Although making him a horseman... Well, no, because, I mean, I'm still going to take the recoil damage if I'm using specials. But at least as a horseman, I could get away from the bleed damage. So yeah, I think it will probably be Diablo first. I could probably have soloed Chavez, but I messed up on dexing her SP1 with Domino. Yeah, but I mean, if it's, you know, their first, second time seeing a fight, it's going to be a little bit more difficult than something you're used to. Okay. Just took one pool up based on these new challenges. For EQ. Oh, wait, for EQ or for the Summoner Showdown? Because for EQ, for the current one, I think it's a shock or incinerate, right? So that they don't evade. Yeah. No, for the skill. No. No. That Massacre was not new. I think that was the third time I've duped him. I think. Yeah, for the skill quest, I use. I had been using Deadly Origin, but now I'm using Sun Chi. That's one of the things I like about him, though, is depending on what you need, you change up his combo. So normally I would start off with the stun, but for that I would start off with the slow. Special achievements for the month platinum challenges. Oh, is that something that just dropped? Let's have a look. Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about now. For the plat pool crystals, yeah. I did use MCOC for that. But I went in because I think right. So what I did there, I used Domino as a horseman with both Red Hulk and Masakre, maybe Masakre for sure, and then I got the boss down like to 10-5%, and then used Masakre to finish it off. Ooh, well, you've already taken Gwenpool, so that's fine. But yeah, you don't need to do the entire fight with one of the selected champions. You could just use whoever and just finish the boss off with the specified champions. Oh dear. I guess yeah. You know, she's. Oh, I don't know what I would do if I got her as a 6-star. Because I've got so many skill champions, unfortunately, who are all bleed based at rank 2 or 3. Wait, it's. Oh, no, I guess. Because it's only Nick and Hitmonkey. Nick's R3, Hitmonkey's R2. Deadly Origins R2. But I don't think I would take another bleed-based character to R3. At least not now. Is that all you have to do? Okay, well, it was going to R5. Thank you for letting me know. I'll keep her at R4. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you didn't do it already? Yeah. I think if I got a skilled gem, a 4 to 5 skilled gem, I might take her to R5. But then again, no 5-star. Am I taking to R5 with the resources? It's all gems. Speaking of which, I need to do. I don't need to do it right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to take Guardian to R5 with a 4 to 5 tech gem. I don't think I have any other 5-star techs that would make any sense to max out. Okay, so we'll get to 800,000. Oh, I wanted to check to see what that mail was. Pretty sure it was the AQ rewards, though. Okay. Let's do this. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I think actually for those objectives, she might be able to do the whole fight at R4. Not too hard, not too difficult, anyways. Does he? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not going to do any good doing. Okay. You know, and I see a lot of people who take Gilly 2099 to R3. I don't think that, and I don't know if they've got other options or it's just that she's the best option, maybe. But I don't know if I would R3 her. So I've got her at R2, and she seems fine at R2, but I don't know. I just really don't like that idea of having to always finish with the L3. I guess if you're paying attention, it's probably not too bad, though. Because if you get them to like 20% or something, then you just make sure you're building your power. Aww. Okay. Yeah, I think she was my first champion to R4 actually. And yeah, it was her that I used to get the Legends title. And I think I got it. I think I did it twice, and both times were with her. I was thinking actually to have a go at that this month to stream it. If I ended up with a ton of extra energy refills, but for how many I've got now, I don't think I would have as many as I want. But I do want to try it just to see. I kind of go back and forth because there's really no benefit to doing it. The T4CC is going to be kind of irrelevant, and the title I already have. So just if I was successful, it would just be screwing. But then again, I don't even know if most people who are doing it already have the title, or if a lot of people who are still going are going for it for their first time. And I don't really want to do it if it's just screwing somebody out of getting it their first time. I mean, there's no guarantee that I would be successful, but I think with R3 Corvus, it should have a pretty good chance. Well, maybe not, because I wouldn't boost. I wouldn't change my masteries. So who knows? Well, I guess, hey, maybe that would be the experiment, right? You just go in and be lazy about it. Can you get it done in 2.5, 3 hours? But if I stream it, I know it's going to be a lot slower than if I don't, because that's just the way it is. Damned brakes. Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Okay. So we're almost where we want to be. I'm going to get something to eat, watch some TV, do another 500,000. That should almost be it for my arenas today. Well, no, I still do have the 6 stars to run for the second time. Okay. Oh, really? Well, I said I'd finish at 800, so one more match to go. So close yet so far. Oh, let's check and see. I think this is the AQ rewards. Right on the button. Holy smokes. Okay. Damn. And I don't think... Okay, that's crazy, because that means that this issue has really messed people over. Because I don't think... Yeah, 98, 98, 98. We only got 100% 2 days. And then I think either somebody couldn't get an AQ or they couldn't... There was something wrong. So we had one BG that was short a person. So 3 days, we never got a complete exploration for it. And we still got top 150. And I think last week, I think we missed 1 day. Like one day, I gotta relog. 1 day at like 96 or 98%. And we ended up at like 168. So we did better last week, but we placed higher this week. And that is absolutely due to the problems. So yeah, that sucks. Good for us. Sucks for others. Okay. Damn, so we would have probably been... No, it wouldn't have made any difference reward-wise, but we would have probably been 140-ish if we had gotten every day. Okay. Alright, so one more match. Go watch some of Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, and get something to eat. Yeah. And Mr. Relentless, I will send you a message in about 2 hours. Are you going for a chat? No. No. And it's a hell of a good thing I didn't go for a champion 6-star last round. You'll see on the outro screen, but I was way off on my predictions for the 6 stars. The 5 stars, I was pretty close, but the 6 stars, no. I might... It would be the second round, but I might go for Cable or Strife as a 6-star. Because I think if I do the base, yeah, I might do it because it would be a good gauge to see how much I have to put up. But I think I could run just my 5 stars in the basic and get what I... Yeah, I think I could do it. Jubilee went low. Yeah, I think she went for 50-ish. And I think I had... Well, we'll see on the outro, but I think I had her at 38, 35? Something like that. And then Deadly Origin went for 90? No, 80? Higher than I was thinking. But the 5 stars, I think I was off by 2 million for the 5 stars. Alright, well, that is it. All of my arena craziness is done. And, oh yeah, that's just the same stuff. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be... Oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because the one gives you the 7 days. Okay. Alright, well, that is it for me. But thanks for coming and hanging out. And I will catch you guys later. Take care.